Hello everyone, I hope you can hear me. Sometimes when I switch from the speaker to the headset that doesn't work. Let's hope it will work. Right. Oh yeah, I remember. VA3.0. It just sounds that I'm talking to a Star Wars character robot. Yeah, party's on. Good to see you here, man. You guys had some nice ideas for VA. Just getting kitted, geared up. No worries, I'm fine. I know that you use Google Translator, no worries. I think your mother tongue is Russian or something similar. Ah, wrong here. Can you quickly confirm that you can hear me talk? Oh wait, I can actually check myself. Blah blah blah. Yeah, that should work. Oh, alright, yeah. That was all for nothing. I have any database. Hey man, welcome back. I have any database 2 on, so it saved my character from the last time. I seem to spawn a lot in a suit. I was actually thinking if I should, the item is in game now, so I was wondering if I should do something with it. Oh Jesus Christ, this building is eating me. Don't, why do you do that? And then I figured, well, actually I can't do much with it yet, so I need to add that vodka effect, where you get drunk. I have, hey Dash, I have reworked the drinking, so we just need an empty bottle. Not the drinking, sorry, the water refilling, because that was bugged. And I want to show it to you guys, and I would like to hear if you think that's something that's going to be okay in game, or if it's not very handy. Is the music alright? KA in. KA, what do you mean? KA? Vandeanson Kai. Okay, sorry. That took me a bit too long. Yeah, it's in. I should probably rename it properly. You're right. It doesn't have the right name. Moonshine. Well, with the... Yeah, I should have added toilets as water sources. Oh, guys, careful, we're probably walking into the dude's creepy territory here. Too many graves there. Can open her. I'm gonna test this feature with my new girl. That beer didn't work. Shit. Right. Yeah, I should have probably not started to play with zombies. That's not going to work to test. They're a bit of a disturbance. Empty water bottles. The old system, for anyone that has watched in the last stream, was a little buggy because the hold action generator that would detect any well would endlessly spawn hold actions for the drinking action or for the refilling action, and so I had to change it. And then again, I was thinking that if I change it anyway, I could also change it to a inventory item interaction. So this is where we're going now. Ah, shit. I wanted to turn off the zombies and start in single player. Diego, do we have a survival resource depending base building? We're actually really close, man. We're really close. We have the basic base building and we have the resource depleting, or at least we have the resources. So we're getting really close, really close. The next time we touch base building, it will actually deal with resources, I think, because that will be the next important thing we need to add. That's probably a good part about being a staff sergeant, right? You can shoot the big guns. Right, let me grab the new system. It's not in the game yet, so I'll need to grab it from the from Atom. Probably after this test run we can fully include it. Wait, Diego, so you're Crazy Mike from Steam? Let me quickly double check that. Or am I messing stuff up now? No, I think I'm messing stuff up. Why do I recall Crazy Mike? I'm confused. Enlighten me, Diego. Right, so we have initialized the script. So how it used to work is similar than scavenging. You would walk up onto a object and you would be able to loot the object, right? Right, this is the weird part of that playlist. Yo! Zen from Eisten Gaming, how are you doing? Zen has recently started up his own gaming channel, and one of our ideas was to, you know, when once VA is a little bit more stable, to do a sort of a Q&A and a test run together to lead people into the mod, sort of. Oh no, the dude is the dude. You can also call him the dude. Right, so the new system will be inventory item triggered, so the requirements are that you walk up onto a water source, You won't get any indicator, but I guess it's obvious enough. You open your inventory, and what you need is an empty water bottle, and you double click it. Shit. Oh, you need the empty water bottle. What is this? I don't know what this is. You click the empty water bottle, and it will give you the hold action. You can call me the Duderino. Studios. Right. Does it ring a bell, Sam? Brings you back, right? Now you have the action. The action is no longer fixated onto the object, so you can look around. However, whenever you pick out your gun, the hold action will disappear. Or if you do not look at the well while you double click the inventory item. Oh, okay, I need to exit earlier. See, that's why we test stuff. That should not have happened. Alright. I'm having an exit when there is when the object is not in water source, but I'm not having an exit if the array that is looking for an object in front of me is empty. Meaning that if I'm looking into the nowhere, if array is equal to, I'm just checking if the array I'm generating with the objects in front of me returns empty, so there is no object in front of me, it will also exit. Then again, it checks for the object that I'm looking at. Let's say if I would look at this object here, it would recognize, alright, this is an object, but it's not a water source. So the music is ruins of Kingdom. Yeah. Apocalyptic Middle Ages. Right. And wait, I was looking at it. Don't give me a hard time now. The other thing to exit is to just move away far enough from the source. So I'll tune it a little bit. So basically it should not disturb you whenever you get in combat or something, so that whenever you grab your weapon or you run away, it will disappear, because in most scenarios you won't need it then. Let's turn down the music a little bit. And let's fix that script actually. I think it's alright because you would naturally grab your inventory and get your bottle out, so I kind of like it. Wherever I have a reference item on me, I think I will just go for the inventory item clicking variation, while as when I'm looting, I just want to be able to look at an object and see if it's lootable, you know. I guess that makes sense. Actually, let's test if the bug does no longer appear. So I'm looking into the nothing. I have not started the script. But why? Why oh why? Exit with. I'm confused. to do it, you always fill bottle until it's full. So how it works is... Oh, come on. Give me a break. What is there? Voila. Right. Why does it work now? You're be kidding me. No. So the problem... Okay. So when you fill up something and you interrupt it, then it will just give you the amount of liquids that you have been there for. So it's 1 unit of liquids per tick. And if you interrupt before the full duration of the hold action, you will get a partially filled bottle. If you finish the hold action, it will be filled. The option to fill half full bottles is causing a bit of problems because it's just really much more complicated to code that. It's possible, but it's just you have to do a lot of counting, and I figured I just add an option to empty your bottle, and then you can fill an empty one. So right now you can only fill up empty water bottles, but you can take a half full water bottle and empty it if you want to do that. I'm a bit confused now why the script isn't working. If array is equal to exit wave. Why? What am I missing here? Water source depleted, can't find water source. No, really? No, the water source is not depleted. I think the change in the code I just made screwed it up, so let's... doesn't make any sense to me right now, but who knows? Right. It's not depleted because in this case it's on 999. All right. The exit. I need to review the exit for some reason. Oh, yeah. I'm just stupid. I told that the code actually says that if the array is not empty, then exit, and we wanted to exit if there is an empty array. Right. Okay, so that issue is fixed. Now, no, that won't work because the whole thing got screwed now. Yes, please. I think random facts about whales, we do not talk enough about it. Right. So you can see in the top right corner, this is the overall water source, you know how much water there's in there. And I have that up there so that we can test what happens if I approach a water source multiple times. So this is the refilling. So you have some dirty water now that you can boil to become clean and to drink. Let me do actually checks. Yo, Evil, how's it going? Shouldn't you be working on your furniture scripts? I think I've disabled the drinking temporarily for this testing here. Let me check. After a whale dies, he becomes bloated with air and explodes. Oh. I actually read stories where that happened, and I guess it was not nice. But now we know, you know. Now we know to not approach a bloating whale. Yeah, at the moment it is the case. I was actually thinking today, and you guys let me know what you think. But currently, to make stuff a little harder, any water you get, unless you loot fresh, clean water from inventory or ground loot, will be dirty. Afterwards, you can boil it into clean water. I was thinking, and let me know what you guys think, if maybe these wells here could return clean water. So, or at least have a high chance to return clean water. The dude abides. Yes, exactly. Yeah, let me know what you think. I guess it's actually not that realistic that well, that's me coming from Switzerland, so for me water from a well is usually clean, right? But I'm not sure. Do tell us in Chernarus Redux, is drinking water clean? Guess most people here know, but the dude is working on this map here. He's part of the team that creates this little masterpiece here, where we'll all spend a lot of time once VA is released. Yeah, it could be a random chance too, Anthony. I'm a answer. Yeah, if you ask the dude, everything should be hardcore. But I agree. I mean, I at least the default should be pretty much hardcore here. But we do like settings, so we can add a setting for it. Chop a tree, craft some wire rods, and find underground water sources. Alright, EO has just announced the next feature. I guess we should do that. I quickly check why drinking is not. Yeah, I will give you Vandy vodka, but I will also give you alcoholism. So you'll have to deal with that. Let me check. Actually, I thought I had activated the drink hold action. Yeah, we should probably not trust the Chernarus government on the drinking water quality. There might be some lucrative deals when it goes about recycling other countries' waste on the ground. Yeah, or radiated waters. Or waters infested with zombie crocodiles. Right, focus. We have drink, hold action, drink items, okay. But why? Just take this dirty water. Yeah, there will be beer breweries. I mean, you'll have to brew in toilets, but I mean, come on, it's the zombie apocalypse, so you know we take what we can. Um, I think the problem was that I had not crunched this version properly. So let's try again. Okay. Let's crunch. Yeah, Anthony, I think for water, I mean, water should be a quite essential part of the survival system. So, I mean, obviously, but so I think it won't harm if we add a setting where you can adjust the chance of finding clean water, because it won't change much in my code, and people can just tune it however they want. Epic music for epic coders. Yes, sir. Especially the vodka anthem. That one helps to code. Make zombies iconic. Maybe that will make them a little bit more relaxed. I mean, they're quite angry and obviously not centered, so that might be the solution. Short term though, because long term there will be the alcoholism, and that'll be a problem even for zombies. Yeah. So Anthony, the you will be able to drink dirty water, and it's a decision you'll have to take, because if you're starving, then well, probably you'll just drink the dirty water. And if you have antibiotics, you can also cure the bacteria infection you get from it. So that system is in, that's fine. So a lot of stuff will be, you know, depending on the situation, and so, you know, player choice. So for most issues there will be multiple solutions. For example, water. Initially we had clean water, dirty water, and salty water. The idea was that you get the salt water from open water, like the sea, and the dirty water from wells, unclean water sources, or from lakes and rivers. And all have effects. I mean, if you drink salty water, you just dehydrate quicker afterwards, but maybe in short term, you get to the next town. And quickly add that again. And even with dirty water, if you're about to dehydrate, then well, then drink some dirty water. Maybe you can deal with the bacteria for a while. Oops. Yeah, I agree. Water should be very important, and it will be, because the dehydration kicks in quite quickly, so you get into troubles quickly. Pretty sure I've activated too much stuff now. What is this? Premium item? Are you kidding me? I have all the DLC that's there. Hey Sasa, welcome back. Fuck. Ah. Right, okay. So, okay, now it works. As you can see, when I now double click on the filled water bottle, in that case it's with dirty water, it will open two options. One option is to empty the container and the other one is to drink the full water bottle. So you have the option to drink even dirty water, and if for whatever reason you want to empty your bottle, you can do that. Maybe that will be an issue when we have crafting and we can do more stuff with a bottle, as in you know, famous daisy bottle and duct tape silencers. Actually, it could also be interesting to you know, to have these wells with clean water. So maybe if you get your water from a dirty source and you come around a clean well, you can empty your old bottle and refill it with clean water. Yo Valmont, welcome back to the stream. The ambient music, yeah, it's awesome. It's from World of Warcraft. What is this? I don't know what this is. This never happened. This is so weird. I own all the ArmA 3 DLCs. Yeah, I think Chernarus Redux has quite some ambient sounds. Right. Okay. So currently we still have the drink well. Still some bad apples here. Drink well. Or dumping dirty water poisons the clean one. Yeah, I mean that would be evil if you could poison water sources. By the way, Wellmont, I think I will only get to your script on the weekends because I will definitely need a fresh brain for that. And I think the last 2 days I just went to bed at 8 and I think I needed to recover from the last stream sessions. I promised myself to stop the stream today at 11, so you guys help me. Which is in half an hour. Damn. Let's actually quickly check. So we still have the problem. So we have a new water refilling function. Now we need to get rid of the old one. However, in the old one we still need the drinking action, so we still need to be able to run up without any containers, any bottles or so, to the water source and drink like this. Well, not like this, that was weird. That was really weird. Alright, I guess we need to redo it anyway. Nice to hear, Velmont. I think whenever I get to it, I'll take a deeper look. I really want to start up the mission, test it, and then also look into it so I understand it a little bit, and then we can have a session on it. But yeah, there's some great stuff coming. For anyone who doesn't know, Pure Evil is also known as Valmont on the BI forums, and he's also a fellow scripter for ArmA, and he has just recently offered us to help us with some scripts. One will be his version of the Johnny Boy docs, so the V docs, which in a very old form are also implemented in VA. Johnny once made a doc script, I adapted it, and then Valmont made a multiplayer compatible version, and I think now he or together with Johnny, I'm not sure, Valmont, I think you did it alone, right? Reworked the doc script, so we're excited to see what we can enter, what we can apply. From what I understood, the companion dog is also working in multiplayer, so maybe we can also include that. And yeah, the next part is I think it's going to be very important, the a bleeding system, or an injury and bleeding system. That was something that the dude and I recently started to look at, because we wanted to negate the damage system, the vanilla damage system, because it's not really fun. What it does, any hit would be registered in multiple parts of the body, so really weird stuff can happen where you die from leg wounds and so on, and we wanted to avoid it, because we wanted that leg wounds is something separate, leg and arm wounds, like extremities, that you can treat, and that should not kill you even if you take a lot of damage to it. They will kill you if you start to bleed and do not treat it, of course, treat it. But the shots to the legs and to the arms shouldn't kill you. Judd K, hello, welcome. Well, it's a shame that you can't help out. I mean, it's alright though. I mean, I take any help that I can take, because I will need it, but you know, if you enjoy it, just make sure you play whenever it's out, and let me know if stuff doesn't work out for you. Are you on the forums or on Discord? Like, do I know you with a different name as well, or is it just Judd K from YouTube? And trust me, we'll need a lot of testers, Judd. So going forward, whenever we decide to release playable versions of the server and the mod. You maybe noticed, but I've looted this before, and now it can no longer be looted. So any object cannot be looted more than twice. Yeah, you did the dogs from scratch to be multiplayer compatible, and later Johnny Boy helped making them more immersive and natural. He provides sounds, textures, and commands to make them faster. Nice, nice. There was some good cooperation there with the dogs, because that's something we just miss in ArmA. We don't have such tools. And the blood system will be cool, because it will allow us to manipulate the incoming damage and take over Valmont's what's it called? Passing out script, so revive script, because the vanilla version is not compatible with what we do here. just testing a little bit the loot system. So for anybody new, there will be loot on the ground, in these objects, and on AI, and on special sites, but most of the sites are not implemented yet. Oh, right, okay. So we added a requirement that crowbar, that you need some tools to open certain things. So for these crates, we need a crowbar, and I'm not sure if you can see it, but we got that little emote on the top left corner that tells you that you need a crowbar. We added what is this? This is so annoying. Damn. And now we should be able to open it. Yeah, now we're able. So now we're able to open any crate loot, and there's some chance that our tools will break while we use it. Just randomly at the moment. There's not really a durability system. It's just if you're unlucky, your tool breaks. Oh, I should have all the DLCs, man. That's so funny because that never happened to me yet. So if you loot stuff and you don't have any space in your inventory, it will fall to the ground. And on the top left corner, it tells you what dropped. And soon looting inside Liviana structures too, very nice. That's the cool part about these two systems, right? This the VA system where it applies the mods to any map you play. And your work with adding furniture and stuff to empty maps, and so both go hand in hand. That will be cool. Wah, all the zombies. The wrench broke while scavenging, so one of my tools just broke. I like that because it will force you to... You're not set just because you found one type of a tool, so you'll have to keep and have some spare or find them again once it broke. You get pixelation. Damn. Oh yeah, I see it on the stream. Actually, it tells me now for the first time since a very long time that it's excellent... No, it changed. Gives me a warning about the current bitrate. I'm below what's recommended, like I'm quite below what's recommended. I should probably look into that. I have no idea if I can do something against it. You might have noticed, but different type of loot will give me different type of objects will give me different type of loot. So, oh yeah, sorry, I read I forgot to answer that. What have you decided to do with map, water sources, lakes and ponds? I will add them. With this new system, it will be even a little bit more easier. A little bit easier, not more easier. Damn. English hard. So what I'll do is basically whenever you double click your empty volume, it will also check if there's no water source nearby, like a well. It will also check if like 1 meter in front of you the surface is water, and if that's the case, you can get the water from there. If I let it be salt water or dirty water, I don't know yet, but what I know for sure is that I will implement a blacklist function where mission makers can place where mission makers can place area markers to black out bodies of water. Yeah, breaking a crowbar would be hard, that's true. That's true. I don't know, I mean, if you really, really badly want that loot and you really, really are a really strong person. But yeah. Oof. I am. But yeah. We'll have to think about those things. Right now, it's a gameplay mechanic that will force you to, or it's a gameplay mechanic that will add more value to a certain item, and it will force you to, you know, pay more attention to it. Magazine's looted, alright. Alright, that's fair enough, man. Thank you, but I actually worked in, I worked and still work for a company where you mainly correspond and speak generally in English. And I always had like this picture of myself that my English is quite good until I started to work with a lawyer from the UK, like a very well educated guy with like, you know, super upper class high end English and a vocabulary that was just mind blowing. So at that point I took a step back and figured like, yeah, I have what I now call foreign English. That's okay. So by default, crates that will require a crowbar to open will have better loot. Nope, not at the moment, but if you want that loot, then you'll have to bring a crowbar. Oh, sorry. So maybe as a side note to anyone else, we just recently added the requirement or the option that if you loot something, for example a wreck or some junk, if I loot a wreck and I also have a crowbar on me, I might get additional vehicle parts. So if I loot this, I might just, you know, scavenge it for stuff inside. But if I also have a wrench on me, I have a chance that there will also be some car parts like a tire, motor parts, light bulbs, and so on. Anything that we need to repair a car, which is a connected system then. So I guess hence the question if we get additional loot from crowbars and crates. But I think if you know, if you look at the crate, you should only be able to open it if you have some sort of a tool. So as of today, you won't get extra loot, but change my mind and I will change it. Dude, is this supposed to be a police building, or did you guys add this for the map? Because I know in DayZ at least it's not, it doesn't have that. And I could actually add it as a police loot building, because we currently only have about 2 or 3 buildings that are part of the police category. Valmont, I use the GRS sound mod at the moment. I will keep the wrecks off the car parts. Yeah, because they're too many. Yeah, that's a good point. Or just you know, have it very, very low chance. That is hand placed. Let us check that out. Oh yeah, now I can see. Totally handcrafted. Yep, perfect. Nice, man. It's a bit to the left actually, but I mean, if you know, if that's the best you can do, then it's a good thing, you know. Good job. No, it's good. I think that's good to know. I think I'll add it to police buildings because we have too little. That would be the other way, yeah. That the source to get car parts would be to disable spawned cars. However, I don't think it's really realistic, like looking at some of the cars, so we'll see. That's actually a good point. I need to add that. I need to add a scavenge function to the spawned cars, where you can either repair or scavenge pieces. It can be a tuning bit, you know, where you say, okay, oh, actually, I already have that in, where you control how likely it is that you get loot from cars, like car wrecks, sorry. Yeah. No, wait. That's old. I need to change that. Yeah, so I'll have to add stuff. Okay. Yeah, I agree. Like, and there's so many of these little details. Like, I really like about even this here. Like, so if people don't know, there's this very old ArmA 2 Daisy and ArmA 3 map, Chernarus. It's basically a lot of people's favorites, and the Chernarus Redux project reworks these places to make them more apocalyptic. Like, and what I like is that the reworked places all tell a story, right? So you would obviously there's some clutter, right? But there's always these little jewels, like where you can see, all right, some survivors built a camp here around this church. They barricaded the entry, and something went wrong in the end because there's no survivor there anymore. And we're going to look into this building now, and that's oftentimes a little bit dangerous for your mental health because there's a lot of scary stuff in here. So those guys must have been looters or something. So that's quite cool. So it's really nice to discover this map. What is your FPS on the map? I don't know. I've turned off the counter. It's usually, I believe, between 30, 40, 50. I will need to check. I think at the moment it's between 30 and 40. But my PC is also not really a beast. So yeah, to add to that, EO, there's a lot of these small details, and they really make discovering and survival and journeying around really something that you should do on this map. I'm actually, while developing VA, I'm usually trying not to visit too many places. I usually test my stuff on the same place because I'm really looking forward to when the mod is behaving how I want it to behave, to really then discover the map. Repair on swap parts, then you're swapping, you need to be able to disassemble parts of the car. Yeah, something like that, a combined thing. I think it's similar like that in Ravage as well. Oops. I like seeing places like that where it looks like people stayed, tried making holding. Yeah, exactly. And you will see a lot of those places. That's what I meant with you'll visit places here, and these places will tell a story, which is kind of cool. And if you think about it, it was like the big theme of like the last, like a survival game like Daisy was. To write your survivor story, so I think it fits in quite well. And stuff doesn't look generic, so you can really see that people hand-placed stuff and thought about a concept. Right. Let's fix something. Stop fooling around. We're gonna catch up with the chat quickly. Yeah, I don't know too much about GRS. I mean, I'm just testing it a little bit. I just out of a feeling I enabled it today. There's some YouTube videos where they compare the different sound mods, I believe, but I know too little of it. That's inside the. In general, when you get a car, the game becomes too simple. Yeah, man, that's something we need to look at. We'll have the repair maintenance system for one, and there will be a limited amount of cars. So it's a balancing thing, but it's definitely something to consider. JRS or sound mod is a must-have. You can track sound, but sound bounces off too. Enhanced soundscape and okay, so Zaza, you would recommend enhanced soundscape and JRSR. Cool. I'll try that because I have both mods, but right. Let's get rid of the old water filling. So. Yeah, I think the dude has a point there. The cars will be permanent, so they won't just keep respawning in a certain rate, but it's mainly the idea that if you have a car, you'll have to take care of it. And yeah, fuel sources, fuel will be looked at. I don't think that we will leave the vanilla fuel in, because I think that's too easy. If you travel half the map, your fuel should be empty. Yeah, and the whole repair thing. So we will put some stones in the way. And I mean, even with a car, I mean, if you enter a car and start driving around unprepared, as in without any tools, spare parts, spare tires, or a repair tools and fuel, you will quickly run into a situation where you will have to abandon your car. So you know, it will be more to just finding a car if you really want to keep it. Right, drink water. Sasa, do you mean the RHS mod from JSRS? Like specifically, because I think I saw that one once. So what I just did is I removed all the refilling with volumes, like with a bottle or a canteen. Now I just want to allow players to directly drink from water sources. And to avoid the issue of the hold action duplication, I need to do something quickly. Spawn drink. Anthony, yeah, that's a cool thing. Like even if you have a car, you can find it and you can drop it somewhere for storage. And yeah, as the dude says, it's basically we'll with VA we will provide the framework and we will provide a default setting that is very likely going to be hardcore oriented, but for pretty much all the settings, like a mission maker will have an easy way to adjust the difficulty or chances or rates or whatever. So there's quite a focus on it, as you can already see in the Steam version. So I think the Steam version has about 300 settings, and the VA 3.0 VA 3.0 will probably have even more. In order to avoid that my hold action spawns multiple times, we will add another condition to the refresher. Vermont, this might be of interest for you because this is basically my system to spawn hold actions if I'm looking at the right object. So I'm going to send you something like this. It's basically checking for a couple conditions and it's using the line intersect with command to figure out if something's in front of the player that's of interest. And then later on, and same also very important, it will check if that situation has changed in a particular way. So what I will send you will look similar to that for your menu script. If you can write really fast, you can copy it now. Well, or you pause the video. I don't know. Okay. Just cleaning up the script, deleting all the stuff that I don't need. Yeah, Anthony, I actually thought about that, like especially to block exits out probably. Take a bus or a big truck and try to lock out zombies. I think that could actually work. So much commands. Blah blah blah. Don't rewrite. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Nice. Took a screenshot. Yeah, that's fair. But I could send you this. I'm not sure if it's any helpful though yet. I wanted to send you a version that you can use without any dependencies. But oh, see. Right. So now it checks if there's an object that I'm looking at that is within the array of water sources. And it will then randomly calculate the water pool that that resource has. It does that once. If it already exists, then it will take over the old variable. Yeah, I think storage, food spoiling will need to be done, as you just stack up and stuff. Drink hold action. Drink well. That's this one, yes. True. So what we do is while this hold action is active, this variable is set to true, and while this is set to true, no other hold action of this type will be spawned. So start progress interrupted, completed, false. Actually, we could just do it differently. I think in this case we just let the hold action run at respawn and at init, and just change the condition on and off. It's going to be PvP. Yeah, we'll probably make open the server. But you could play however you want. But depends what I release. But technically, you could also just start a single player mission. I guess it will be in the testing phase. It will be alright, guys. The server is up. Let's do a testing event. For a while until I have so many changes in the mod that I need to update, or the dude needs to update the server. I guess that's how it will be. And then on a later stage, I'm not. This will be sort of a closed alpha where just people that join the stream and join Discord or that are interested get a version of the mod. And later on, I'll probably upload a beta to Steam, so it's automatically updated. It looks, if it's something, then wait until and then searches if it's another item. What it does, it basically, there need to be multiple checks. One check is, alright, am I looking at something? Yes, no. Is the thing that I'm looking at part of a category that I'm interested in? Yes or no. If no is the case, then it will just repeat the wait until that condition is solved. It will also check if you have a weapon in your hand and if you're in a vehicle. And in this particular case, it will also check if the item we're looking at is in water sources. Because we're looking at water sources. And that's this part. I posted into the Discord coder section. Wait. Right. It's on Discord now. It's this part here that basically starts it. It's the start of the wait until. And once it returns an object of interest, it will then get that object. And how line intersect works, how this line works, is that it basically shoots a beam in front of you, and it will return all the objects that of which surface are penetrated by that beam. And it will return the objects in an order where the last object of that array is the one closest to you. So I'm using this here, this little method. I'm selecting the last item by counting the amount of elements in the array minus 1. So that will give me the last index position of the array. And this is now my object that I'm looking at. And it's a unique ID. It's a unique object. However, if that object is inside a house, it will not return a unique ID. It will be the same identifier for any other type of that object. In order to then specifically identify that object, I have this code where I just take, I create a new name basically. I say I combine the name of the object here. In that case, when it's inside, it will be no ID and well or something, plus its position. And that gives me a permanent unique ID, even for objects that are proxy inside of a building, that are not really at that position, but are just proxied there. I'm not sure if anybody understood that, but that's how it works. It's only for water, yeah, but it's the same method for everything else. The only thing that filters in water or filters out anything that's not water is this part here, where I'm looking at the model type of the object in the array and checking if it's part of the models that I stored in this array and this variable here. This is an array of multiple models, and you can do that with everything. Shouldn't water Well, it depends. I mean, you can call it however you want, but water source is basically an array of objects that are defined as water source, so that's manually defined. So I'm checking if the object that I'm looking at, I'm checking if the object name of the thing I'm looking at is in that list of objects that represent water sources. Because what I care for is not that it's the closest object, that's just, you know, the case because I'm looking at it. What I care for is that it's within range and that it's within water sources, or if I'm looking at the scavenging system, that it's within one of the lootable categories. Actually, it's just the very first filter. I can show you for the scavenging, where after a first check, it will then know, okay, I'm looking at an object of interest, and now I'm going through a couple of options to understand what loot system I need to start. So I have one loop for the scavenging system. I have one loop for the water sources, and some more, I think. I can post you the scavenging one later. Right. In this case now, instead of spawning a hold action, because it's just one, I will actually just let this loop here be my condition checker for the hold action. So this is the drinking hold action. No, that's the wrong. I need to drink at well hold action. I've set the condition of this hold action to my variable that I'm turning on and off with my loop, with my previous loop. This used to be a template because it would be triggered by multiple things, but now I can just write out the names. Drink from the source, the picture name. Let's not have a picture now, we had a picture later. Yeah, dude. So for water sources in general, we're using a different system. This is just now for drinking. Oh damn, time is up. Okay, you're right. Let's go to bed. But that's where we're going to fix that. We will start this drink from well as just a static hold action that is just not shown all the time. I think that should be fine. Damn, 40 minutes is, or what was it, 1 hour? A bit over 1 hour. That's not long enough. But anyway, I think we still call it for the day. And we get some healthy sleep so we can escalate again on the weekend. That was fun actually today. I think there were at max 11 people. That's a record so far. That's pretty cool. Thank you guys for showing up. And if I could only remember what we usually do. Don't we do something usually when we end the stream? What was it? Wait, was this? guys. Have a good night. See you. Cheers.